Okay. Okay. And so then, and so what happened? Like, who acquired them?
They were acquired by a company called RSE Ventures.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
are you familiar with RSE Ventures?
Yeah, this is the one. What do you call it? It's based out of New York, right?
Yes.
It's based owned by what's his name? They own the Dolphins as well, and
yes,
Stephen Ross,
yes,
exactly.
exactly. Yep. Exactly. So.
Okay, great. Okay, got it. And so, so when were you hired, and what was the kind of background in terms of selecting a payroll system?
I came in March of 2017, and the owner, the original owner's wife, was kind of the bookkeeper type person, and she was retiring, and the RSE Venture leaders that were involved in this, they wanted to get people that knew what they were doing, but could also roll up their sleeves and get things done. And so, it was
you
like, how do
evaluated so you went through a payroll evaluation in 17?
Yes.
And so who all did you evaluate? Which vendors did you evaluate?
I went back to the ones that I was familiar with. So I went back to Ceridian. I ruled out Kronos because I wasn't happy with it. I took a look at ADP. And this was my first opportunity, partly because of the culture of this company, where to take a look at a smaller organization that is web-based and a little bit more application type than the traditional payroll companies. And so and Paycor, there was Paychex, Paycor. There's a few of them that here in the Charlotte market that they were out really looking at smaller companies.
So which one were those smaller ones that you looked at?
I looked at I think it's Paychex. I'm trying to think. It's got the green logo.
Paychex, yeah, Paychex,
yeah, Paychex and the bigger ones, and then Paycor.
Okay, so ADP, Kronos, Ceridian, Paycor, and Paychex. Those are the ones that you looked at.
Yes.
And what about Paylocity and Paycom? Had you heard of them or?
Yeah, and they weren't kind of in my realm. They hadn't really reached out to me when I was in the process of doing it, so I did not talk to those folks.
Okay. And in terms of finding Paycor and Paychex, like, did you use like the benefit broker or someone to like figure out who to reach out to, or how did you figure out which vendors?
Again, in this area, you go on LinkedIn, you change jobs, right, and the whole world reaches out to you. So I had vendors coming to me. At that time. So, and I, prior to coming here, I had worked at the Art Institute of Charlotte, and so there were people in this area that knew my name and knew of me and the types of roles that I played. So,
got it. Okay, that makes sense. That's great. And by the way, just did separate question: did RSE plan to combine this business with FanVision, or was it separate?
It's actually they're combined. They're really merged. So TrackScan and FanVision were together, and then RE. So that was another question that came up because FanVision has they have TriNet. And I guess that you could say I also took a look at TriNet in terms, but it just that's not appropriate. That's only for very small companies. It's very expensive. It's very cumbersome. So our businesses have merged, but not necessarily all of our operational systems.
Got it. And so maybe we can talk about the 5 vendors that you evaluated. Like, what was your criteria for evaluation? And just the quality of each of those vendors on those criteria?
Sure. Well, for me, what it came down to is this was an organization that needed, had done everything by paper. So, and we needed something that was flexible and cost effective, and also where people could be accessing it on the road. I literally calculated where 2 of our senior level VPs were spending about $15,000 of their salary time annually just chasing basic pieces of paper. So I mean, and that was like a day and a half a week of what they were doing, which made no sense. And so it was to take a look at something that would not be too expensive, because even though we're run by Mr. Ross, we still have to run our business effectively.